Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 11 of how I married a man that didn't exist. If you're not up to date, kindly go check the playlist so you can start from part 1. But for those of you that are up to date, let's continue.
Part 12 of How I Married a Man That Didn't Exist. Y'all are eating me the fuck up. Eating me up in these comments about my hair. Let
You had
me
a
just
nice hair.
say, y'all see how long my hair is. I only straighten it like
Yeah.
twice a year. I can't believe I sat there
Oh,
in my first video and straightened the same section of hair for 10 minutes. And y'all
like
will not let it go. And honestly, I can't blame you. I'm so here for these comments. Okay. So, during the trip to Connecticut, me, Rob, and his mom had a conversation about his drinking. It was fully out now how much he was actually drinking, which was a fifth of Fireball a day. That's 750 milliliters. He was getting sick. He was sleeping often. He never felt good. He just was in poor health at this point. Even in the middle of this, I never saw him visibly drunk, which is the scariest part. Somebody who is drinking this amount, this frequently, should be off of their face, drunk all day long. He was not. So that told
wow.
me that this has been going on for a while and his tolerance was super high. I mean, I'm talking pure alcohol, a fifth every single day, sometimes more than a fifth a day, like a fifth and a little bit. So he was saying that he had constant anxiety, and it would wake him up out of his sleep. I did see him have quite a few panic attacks. It was so severe that the drinking was the only thing that was relieving that, is what he told me. I did try to explain to him that the drinking is making the anxiety worse. Like, it's a double-edged sword. He thinks it's helping. I know it's hurting. So he just felt like he couldn't get out of this cycle. He wasn't drinking water. He was not eating much. Just a little picture. 750 milliliters of Fireball is 2,125 calories and 187 grams of carbs/sugar. What? The carbs and the sugar alone? That I couldn't have imagined what his blood sugar reading was during that time. That is dangerous. And he's drinking one of these every single day. 187 grams of sugar. He rarely ate.
Wow.
When he did eat, he normally threw it back up. And he was heavy. But he was heavy because the alcohol was so high in calories and sugar. So at this point, his body is just not doing well. He had a really bad acid reflux. He would dry heave and he would throw up like constantly. And at this point, I did not see a lot of this. I heard him tell me that this is what was going on, but we did not live together. We did not see each other. I mean, we saw each other a lot, but he's on the trip to Connecticut at this point, so I wasn't seeing him. So at this point, he expressed his willingness to get treatment. He had broken down and cried both to me and his mom, and he said that he's tired of doing this. He needs help. He told me that he was really sorry for putting me through this. I mean, this man was crying literal tears, and this isn't the first time that he did this. So in the moments of him crying out to me, I saw such a broken man, and it broke my heart. It was a desperation, and he would hold me and he would cry and he would tell me how much he loves me and how sorry he was, and it was really devastating to watching him break down so severely. So my instinct kicked in, the one that tells me, hey, you can save him, you can save this person, and it went into.
And that is the problem with we women. We always want to save men. We always want to save men. Even when you're saying that this one has entered the land of no return. But in our head, we have this feeling that, oh, I'm the special one. I'm the one God that designated to save this man from the ashes of his actions. Never
full
enter.
force. Let me stop here and say this is the price you pay for not loving yourself enough.
True.
I
True.
take responsibility for my part in what happened to me. I do not take responsibility for what he did because that was not my fault. But I do know in the beginning, had I loved myself better, in the beginning, if I would have loved myself more and had more self-esteem, I may not have been in this mess. I wouldn't have
True.
so
True.
openly and willingly accepted this love bombing from a person that didn't feel like love bombing. It felt like just complete adoration, and that's something I so desperately wanted.
I said that obviously she doesn't have any other relationship to compare to this. If she had, it would have been easier for her to dictate. If you remember when I said it.
If you don't heal yourself and do the work, it is going to manifest in every destructive way possible in your life. And I came to find that out far too late. Moving on, so I was looking for places for him to go to rehab. The problem was he did not have insurance, so options were slim. If you have experience with addiction or you've worked in the field, you know that state-funded options are not the best. That is not anywhere I would send someone that I love. These places are not run very well, and people fall through the cracks, and people stay sick. So I was not willing to send him to a state-funded detox facility because I wasn't comfortable with it. I also reached out to some of my connections I had on the East Coast as far as trying to get him a scholarship for treatment. This was a long shot. Scholarships don't come along every day, and I knew that. It didn't work out. There was no funds available. Resources were very low. So at that point, I went and I tried to get him insurance via the healthcare marketplace. So he did qualify. The problem was that it wasn't open enrollment. Open enrollment would be in November. This was June of last year. So it was just too long of a time period, and this needed to happen now, especially if he was willing and ready to go to treatment. It was at this moment I had the worst idea of my life. If we were to get married, he would be on my insurance, which was really good at the time, and I could get him into a treatment I was comfortable with and I knew he'd be safe at. I'm going to stop right here.
Eh?
Be on the lookout for part 13.
What? Oh no, 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 not her bringing up the man. Oh, why do we do this to ourselves, women? No. Hey, hey. See you guys in part 13. Let me show you guys this handcrafted tie and dye shirt. It's so lovely. It's one of my favorite things. Let me show you another. So this comes in blue and white.